Welcome back everybody. Today we will be breaking down the game between Bakken and Horsens EC on the 16th of April 2026. So let's get straight into it. First up, we got this pick and roll. Something important here is that the point guard decides to cut through to the weak side to free up some space for this two-man game. So we get the screen and we get a double team. What do you do when you're double teamed? You pass the ball. Always. You have an advantage away from the ball, so you have to exploit that advantage. This means that one of the defenders has to be aware of two people at the same time. In this scenario, it's this guy at the weak side high post. Something great that number 22 does is he does notice that his man has decided to go down and focus on the other guy at the weak side wing, and therefore he looks at the open space and he decides to cut and get the ball in motion, and therefore have a great opportunity to get a layup. Okay, this time another pick and roll. Currently, it seems like there's no space for him to drive to the left side, but he's thinking one step ahead. What he knows is that the big will continue to roll and free up some space here at the high post at the free throw line. So therefore he knows that when he gets there, there'll be enough space for him to drive by his defender. His defender does a good job of staying on him, but his teammate, with some great basketball IQ, decides to lean back a little, not too much, but just a little, to kind of clips him so that he loses his momentum and has a difficult time staying in front of him. This one, another pick and roll. He gets double teamed again, and this time no open man. There's no guy for the pass. The defenders are blocking passing lanes in the middle of the floor. So his teammates have to go on the outsides of the floor to get this pass. But the guy at the top, his defender does a great job of denying that movement. So instead he has to flash to the middle of the floor where there is space. But the two guys trapping the ball handler are taking away that passing lane. So now it ends up being a difficult pass, and it ends up being a turnover. And defense leads to offense, and it's a great dunk. This time another pick and roll. He beats the trap and he rises up for one of his signature jump passes. What's so great about this pass in particular is that it's a no-look pass. So he looks at the open guy at the wing, does the no-look. The guy guarding the big has to go out to him, and then it's a great touch pass to the corner to the next guy that's open, and he does a great job of doing a pump fake, getting the ball up to his head like he's actually gonna shoot it, and then he does a negative step. But because he's in the corner, he has to do the negative step to the side. This is really important. I know a lot of people that would make this negative step backwards and then be out of bounds. So he does it to the side. That's great skill. He gets by his man, and then I love how he decides to, okay, he's under the basket. I don't really have any other great options, so I'll take this myself. And he's gonna get challenged. It's gonna be a contested lay. So he decides to jump off of 2 feet to initiate the contact and therefore get a better opportunity to score the basket. It doesn't go, but it was a great move. Luckily he has a big guy under the rim ready to clean up for him. This time another pick and roll. Great screen. And he now has an advantage on his man. So it's a 2-on-1. This defender has to commit. He waits a bit, but then he commits. And as soon as he commits, the pass is there. He takes a dribble and he fucking dunks it on his face. I mean, we love to see that. I'm sorry. Gotta get back in line here. Okay. This time, this is a defensive play. He's trying to deny the ball or just at least make this pass behind the three. So he gets all up in his space. He keeps doing that, and then he actually pokes the ball away. He jumps, like he sacrifices his body. He had a pretty bad game until this point at the game, but he still got minutes, and this is why. When your offense is bad, if you're having a bad game, maybe your shots aren't falling like they usually do, this is the best you can do. You always have to contribute to something to get on the floor, to get your minutes. If you're having a bad day on the offensive side of the floor, that happens to everybody. But then you have to prove to your coach that you belong on the floor for other reasons, and effort is one of the bigger ones. So he jumps, and he actually gets the turnover, and we see how excited he is. Like, this shit means a lot to him. and it should when you're a professional player. If you want to play your best and bring the most energy, you have to actually care about the basketball. Okay, another screen, and this time when you tried an action and it didn't work, you usually want to do a ball reversal. You want to swing the ball to the other side of the floor to make the defense move, and by that creating an advantage, hopefully. So usually this would be a pass to the guy at the top, and then he would maybe get a screen or he would pass it to the wing. But he's being denied of the ball, so instead he's gonna just do a shortcut and pass it directly to the big, who'll then do a handoff, or he'll just make a pass and then set the screen. And also one more thing, he does a great pump fake. He can actually shoot that far out. He's a great shooter. And then he attacks with the rip through, and his defender chooses to turn his back towards him. And as every good offensive player knows, when your defender has his back turned, it's a great time to make a separation move. He settles for a step back and it's just clean. Final one here, we get a pass, and the guy beneath the basket, he cuts through to open up some space for the two-man game. This is very important. When you're doing this kind of stuff, you want options and you don't want the paint to be crowded. So he exploits this, he dribbles towards his man, he fakes the handoff, and now he has all of this space to attack because his man cut through and let these guys have the space. So he's gonna attack. First of all, he's gonna bump on the drive. This will throw the defender's timing off, and it'll make it harder for the defender to contest and get fully up in his jump. Then after this, he'll jump backwards while he's doing the layup, and the defender, it's difficult to see, but he just misses the lay. If he would have taken it up normally, this would have been a block, but because he's going backwards, the defender has a more difficult time figuring out where to jump and where to swipe. And the bucket is good. Shorter video this time. I feel like this was good. We did some good breakdowns, as usually. Tell me if you have any player, team, or league you want to see a breakdown of. But until then, this was all I had for today, and peace out.